Parents and pundits spend a lot of time discussing what our kids are learning in schools. But keep in mind, there's a push to change where they learn in the works right now. Open enrollment is back in the headlines, what supporters call school choice, the ability for a parent or guardian to pull their kid out of their assigned public school to go to another school, potentially in another town. It's a charged issue for several reasons, like funding, tax dollars, and quite frankly, space. That was one of the biggest concerns in Kansas. Schools there are wrapping up their first year under a new law that lets students attend a school in any outside district as long as it has some room. Some districts opted out, saying that they didn't have the space. Others did take on new kids, but the numbers are relatively low. Look at this. This year, a little more than 1,600 students swapped districts in the state of Kansas through open enrollment. That's out of more than 500,000, so 0.3%. The floodgates didn't open like some critics had predicted. Larger districts in our area did see some interest. Reporting numbers from the State Department of Education show 24 kids shifting to Blue Valley schools, 35 to the Shawnee Mission School District. Olathe Public Schools had the most, with 57 students moving into classrooms. Again, very low percentages, but it's the first year. Meanwhile, in Missouri, Republican state lawmakers have tried and failed 4 times to get school choice off the ground. Well, now the 5th effort's picking up steam, thanks to the new governor.
Securing Missouri's future is only possible with a quality education for our children.
Mike Kehoe says it's a priority, along with boosting education funding. He's backing a bill sponsored by Sedalia Rep. Brad Pollitt, which doesn't include private schools. This would let public schools opt into a program letting up to 3% of its kids swap districts every year. Pollitt says it's better than many of the alternatives up for consideration right now.
Our goal is not to hurt any public schools, but at the same time, if parents would like to have their child attend a school where they work at or it'd be more convenient to their family, then I think this is the right bill.
Critics still worry too much of the burden will fall to local districts and taxpayers, especially since Missouri ranks near the bottom of the country when it comes to state funding for schools. They're also concerned that this could lead to a new type of segregation, one based on income. Let's get to the heart of a matter affecting countless families. Please welcome Dr. Bob Jerome, Superintendent of the Blue Springs School District, and Dr. Kenny Southwick is back. He's with the Cooperating School District of Greater Kansas City, which represents dozens of Missouri districts in our area. Thank you both for being here. I'll start with you, Dr. Jerome. Supporters of open enrollment or school choice say that this is a way to give families an important say in their child's education and would actually encourage districts to work harder to keep kids. I really want to get your response on that.
Yeah, I think from the Blue Springs School District perspective, obviously we want the best for all kids in education, right? But as open enrollment is concerned, we rely heavily on the local tax effort in the Blue Springs School District. Our community's been extremely supportive of the school system, but we get about 67% of our dollars in Blue Springs from the local tax effort, 27% from the state, which ranks 50th out of 50 states, and then 6% from the federal government. So the concern we have at Blue Springs is that if we open the doors to students outside of our school district, they don't bring local dollars with them. And so 67% of those dollars are not coming with that student. Therefore, more kids in the system, less dollars to hire and retain qualified professionals to teach, support staff to support those educational efforts. And so that's really where it comes down to for me is funding and then reduced opportunities for kids within the Blue Springs School District as you have more kids within the system.
Yeah, Kenny, what are you hearing from your districts right now? Because you had mentioned just the gap that this could make for wealthier families or low-income families. So what are your concerns?
Yeah, so one of the concerns we have, the way the bills are set up is really we believe the families that can afford to leave will be able to leave, take their kids to another district. And there's a lot of families just absolutely could not afford to do that. So it will be a drain on the students, or on the district, not only financially, but in terms of the students there. We really do believe that it causes the next segregation in our country and in the state of Missouri around public education. So we're concerned about that. One thing I want to say too is that we've not been able to find any data, and I think Mr. Pollitt would tell you this too, that open enrollment increases academic performance. There's just no data or research out there to show that. So we're saying quality for all school districts in all communities. That should be the issue. Let's fund those schools and have quality in every one of our schools.
I know Representative Pollitt had said, there are other bills out there that are more open than his open enrollment bill. You say that's a slippery slope, though, Kenny.
Yeah, I'll give Representative Pollock credit. I mean, he believes in this and he's worked it the last 5 years. There's a Senate bill out there, 215, that basically would allow any student to leave at any time, take every bit of the money with them to go to any district they want to, and potentially the school districts that have to provide the transportation for that. We think that's out there. We don't think there's much chance that'll get traction. It does make Representative Pollock look a little bit better, but you know, lesser of the evil is still evil, and we just don't think it's good for our kids and our communities and our schools.
Dr. Jerome, is there a compromise that you'd be willing to stomach, letting some kids maybe leave the district? But you say it's a matter of funding, but is there a compromise to be struck?
You know, I think it does come back to funding. I mean, we again are at the 50th out of 50 states in the state of Missouri from the state effort, and the burden is going to be placed on our local community. We will have to go to the local community and ask for a tax increase, a levy increase, in order to fund students that don't attend or don't reside in our community, and I think that's unfair. I think it's limiting the opportunities for kids that do reside in our district, and you know, I'm not willing to compromise because, as mentioned, I think it is a slippery slope. I think this opens the door for continued enforcement of open enrollment. It's not going to be voluntary eventually. They're going to mandate it, and I think the guardrails that could be in place with Pollitt's bill, albeit, you know, palatable for now, I worry where this is going to take us.
We know, as we said, this is the fifth attempt. It hasn't gone through the state Senate, so we'll be watching for sure. Doctors Bob Jerome and Kenny Southwick, thank you so much for getting to the heart of an important issue. KMBC 9 News and the Heart of the Matter, we're tracking your tax dollars and how decisions made by state lawmakers affect you and your family. We'll be watching this session every step of the way.